What's going on, James Bonities? And let's talk about the elephant in the room, A2P 10 DLC. If you're in the United States, and I think it's going to come to Canada too, and who knows how far this will reach. This is where you need to register a sub-account in GoHighLevel or a phone number for you to actually start sending messages or continue to send text messages. Because I talk a lot about messaging and message marketing and reactivation campaigns for like reviews, let's say, a lot of my students have gone through the process early on, so a lot of them were approved rather quickly. Now it's taking a little bit longer, and it's okay because if you're either still waiting for approval, then you could always just run those campaigns through emails, right? Or if you're struggling to get approved, I'm going to probably touch on a lot of things you didn't think about, and probably one of these things is going to be the reason why you're not going to get approved. So in this in-depth training on properly registering a phone number in the United States to be able to send text messages, we'll walk through it, and we'll walk through it right now. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use an account. This one is called Cold Email Waterproofing. This is an account that I'm using to run cold email, and if you've been following my channel for a little bit, you've seen two other videos. I'll post them up here, one after another, where I'm running some cold email campaigns. There has been a delay in results from it because I missed an email on the list that I was ordering, and then I missed an email on the gig that I ordered for personal lines, but I finally got it a few days ago. And as you can see here, and I'll make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment to this video so then you turn the notifications on, because part 3 will be coming out probably next week once I have a full-blown results to show you. But in the quick results in my cold email campaign is, as you can see, I just started it. 36 of the emails have been delivered and 36% open. So I'm at 100% open rate, okay? So if you take a look here, I'm going to have to blur this out, but you can see all the people have 25 delivered, 25 emails have opened. And so I'll be delivering the results of that as the campaign continues to ramp up. That was a side note. So now, if you're using GoHighLevel, understand one thing and one thing only. When you register for your A2P 10 DLC registration, you're registering the sub-account, the business within that sub-account. So once you get approved, you can then purchase phone numbers within that sub-account, and you won't need to get approved again. They approved it, and this came from GoHighLevel, so they approved the sub-account. When the sub-account gets approved, you should have no problem getting additional numbers for staff or whatever it might be, okay? Now, here's the thing, and I do have, like I said, a checklist here. The reason why people keep getting having this messed up is because most of the time I find this the case. They aren't a real business. And so if you're new and just starting in the SMA world or whatever business it is, you're trying to be approved, but you're not even a business yet. So the first step in all of this is you need to be a business. The barrier to entry in this business is so low, which is an amazing opportunity in the world, right? However, you can't bootstrap everything. Spend a couple $100 and get your LLC. I have a video right here about how to get your LLC. It is so simple, at least as for New Jersey, and for most states, it's that simple. Get an LLC. You don't need to be a corporation. You can get away with being a sole proprietor. However, I highly suggest you just become an LLC when starting a business. That's like saying I'm going to become an electrician and not get my electrician license. Do you know how, the lawsuits that you could be open up to? So let's when starting a business, treat it like a business and do the necessary things that is needed in order to be a real business. With that being said, once you are a business, pay very close attention because it's not difficult to properly fill this stuff out. Now, unfortunately, what stinks about this is that I have to hide my own personal stuff on this screen. So I'm going to be blocking this out, but in the checklist will match what I'm talking about. So you know what? Let's bring up that checklist. So if you take a look over here, the initial setup is you need to have a website or a landing page with an opt-in form where they are agreeing to receive text messages from you. So now the question is, because if you've been on our site if you've been watching my YouTube videos, you're going to say, well, James, how do I do message marketing? How do I do reactivation campaigns? And I'm going to be straight up and tell you, here's the best way to do reactivation campaigns. You could do one or two things. You could get approved, and then you could do a reactivation campaign, or simply keep the reactivation campaign or message marketing to emails. That's it. Or start the process with your clients of getting people to opt in for something with a checkbox within the sub account. And I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. All right. So you need an opt-in. You need an EIN number, your business name and the business address, or your client's business name or your client's business address, or your client's EIN number. Okay. If you're an agency and you're running a sub account for a client, this is their information. Then once you have an EIN, or you decide to become or LLC and decide to become a sole proprietor, again, become a business. I'm just going to say it straight out, just get your LLC set up. Because you know what? The sole proprietors are having a lot of problems with this. They're getting denied. Whatever the reason is, it's nothing we can control. It's nothing GoHighLevel control. This is from the messaging gods, okay? So the next thing is actual business or client information. You need their legal business name that is on their EIN letter. They have a letter, and you can simply go to the IRS website and call them and ask them for their EIN number if you don't know it, or EIN letter if you don't know it. A business email, a business site, the type of business that they are or you are, business registration, what industry are you in, and where are you located, right? Then when you know where you're located or your business is located, you need the address. The representative could be you, what kind of campaign it is. And now I'll jump on here because I could do it. Okay, so when you're in the business information, and again, I'm sorry that this is blurred out, but you're going to have, you know what I'll do? I'll throw up screenshots of a blank one. So you're going to have friendly business name. Okay, that doesn't mean anything. All right, you can call it whatever you want. That is the name of the sub account. Your legal business name. So let me pull this up really quick. This is what it looks like. Okay, this is another LLC that I have. I don't want to share personal information about that, but you see how like Passaic NJ is capitalized. So like that makes a difference. If there is a comma LLC, or if it was just Passaic NJ LLC, or if it was Passaic NJ Condos LLC, whatever is on this letter has to match. And as you can see, the EIN number is right here, okay? And so that is important. You need to have this correct. Once you have that, then you need your business email, your business phone number. Make it your cell phone number if you're the agency. If it's your client, give this information the business number, okay? When I say match, what I'm saying is, like, for example, business email and business phone don't need to match any state documents or federal documents. However, this happens in some cases where the authentication will send a text message to the business phone number. So what I'm telling people to do is put in, if you're the agency running it for a client, give them all the client's information, but put your cell phone number in the business phone. So if you do get that text, you can confirm it, okay? Business website, business niche, marketing and advertising for me, physical business address. Whatever is on that EIN letter must match, okay? Another big mistake people make, really quick, because this is kind of like a little glitch if you're using GoHighLevel. Sometimes people type in like United States and then just click off of it, and they don't actually choose United States. And GoHighLevel, like this little glitch, when you're first filling this area out, some people just type in United States or type in Canada and then hit update. And it doesn't actually save. You need to actually choose the country. And then this stuff will populate down here, okay? Then as you scroll down, business type, limited liability company. I'm in the education industry. In EIN, I have my registration type is EIN. And my business is registered. I'm in USA and Canada. And I am the authorized representative, CEO of this company, right? Again, if it's your client, this is their information, all right? Then down here, make sure you have this checked and make sure you have this checked, okay? So reply stop to unsubscribe. Thanks, James Bonadis. You can also customize it and put something else in there, okay? But so I suggest down here you would put thanks, James Bonadis, or thanks the company name, whatever it might be, okay? Once you do all this, okay, I would turn off, make sure missed call text back is not on, none of these things are checked off, and that all of this is completely filled out properly. If you go over to the profile, this is not going to have any bearing on approval. However, just fill it out, so make sure it's filled out, okay? This could be your information or your client's information, all right? Then you're going to go over to phone numbers. Go ahead and purchase a phone number, normally like you normally would. And then it's going to tell you your A2P 10DLC is incomplete or failed. Please go to the Trust Center. And you're going to click the Trust Center. Now, this is assuming you're using GoHighLevel's phone services. I suggest using them. It's easier and faster. We used to go direct Twilio. We ended up moving everything over to Lead Connector, and that's fine. It works fine. Okay, so that's what I suggest that you do. Otherwise, you're going to have to register in Twilio, and that's how I originally registered, but it's the same thing. It's the same process. Except in Twilio, it's like you can't even find the darn thing. Or at least back then you couldn't. All right, so as you can see here, as of August 31st, all this disaster happened, okay? However, if you're a real business or your clients are a real business, this should not be an issue. So you're going to click Start Registering Now. And you're going to follow the prompts. Business details, name and address. Is a business entity you're registering located? Yes or no? Yes. Does the business you're registering have a tax ID? Yes. If you're an LLC, you have an EIN number, okay? Then you just hit continue. Business details, it's pulling from your business information. Double check that it's all correct over here and that everything is okay. Hit continue. Business information, double check everything is okay. Hit continue. Contact information. When you get here, make sure this is correct. And over here, I want you to make sure that your cell phone is there because of what I talked about before. Hit continue. You're going to choose low volume standard. That is it. Do not choose this. Choose this. Okay? I acknowledge the one-time fee is charged. An additional fee up to $12. It's not going to be that much because nobody's sending out thousands and thousands and thousands of messages. So low volume. Continue. Campaign use case. Low volume mixed. This is recommended. So example, this campaign sends appointment information, confirmation, and reminder messages, right? You could see the example right here. You could copy the darn thing. So this is not really, the campaign will be used to reach out to customers who signed up for updates. This campaign will be used by our salespeople to reach out to their clients that have been opted in to receive text messages. So we're actually going to use this one, and then we're going to paste it. Okay, sample message number 1. Must include lead name, your name, business name, and opt-out language. See example. Hi, John. This is Jane from company name. Our appointment for blah, blah, blah is confirmed. Please reach out in case you need it. Copy. I'm going to paste it. Okay. I'm going to say, hi, John. This is James from Visibility Cloud LLC. Our appointment for, I like to put future date so it doesn't seem like I just copied like this one. This copy is fine. I would say for November 14th, 11 a.m. is confirmed. Please reach out to phone number. What are you going to put there? I am going to put the phone number that I have, the phone number that I just bought. All right. So I'm going to put the phone number that I just bought. Message 2 must include lead name, your name, business name, and opt-out language. Okay, here's your opt-out language. See example, copy. Hey, I'm going to use the same language I did above. Hey, John, I see that you weren't able to make it for our appointment. Would you like to reschedule? Okay, so what I would want to do is here. This is fine, actually, if you want to just... Here. if you want to keep this kind of candid, right? This is going to be sending out any of this stuff that it's saying here. It's on our website. Hey, John, James from Visibility Cloud. I see that we're able to make it for an appointment. Would you like to reschedule? Now, I pasted a URL here that isn't in the sub account. On that checklist, basically step 1 says you have an opt-in form already done, an opt-in text for purposes of this. I'll just resubmit when I fail at this because I haven't built that out yet, but that's your first step. And by the way, I'll show you what I mean with this. Okay. So would you like to schedule? And then you have the language there. This message will include an embedded link. This messages will include phone numbers. They include phone number and they include a link. Now, I hate putting links in those messages. I hate it because a lot of times they just won't, like it will not go through. Carriers will block it, but for this, let's just do it. How do lead contacts consent to receiving messages? Go to the example, copy this one, paste it, okay? End users opt in by visiting and filling in their details. They check a box to receive notifications and messages. Let's not put promotional messages. Let's put notifications and reminder messages from us to provide their consent. Additionally, end users could also text start. I'm going to drop it in there. Here's my keywords. Opt in must contain business name and opt out keyword. So if I go over here to example, I'm going to copy, paste. You have successfully opted in to receive notification in promotional. We're not going to say promotional. We're going to put reminder messages, SMS, from. You have to match the company name that you have in the profile, Visibility Cloud, LLC. Reply stop if you need to opt out in the future. Okay? So we're basically using the examples they give us and just keeping it as close to that business as possible, your business or your client's business. So I've successfully submitted. Okay, so brand is done. Okay, so while we wait for the brand to be approved, we will then go, and let me just show you when they talk about campaign stuff, okay? So essentially what you want to do here is if people are going to opt, if they're going to book a call, let's say, right? And you want to have them put your name, first name, last name, phone, email. You see how the phone automatically came with, I agree, terms and conditions provided by the company. By providing my phone number, I agree to receive text messages from this business. Okay, you can change it by that. And so here's where a big mistake happens. Terms and conditions. Because people don't even check this. If you go over here and go to the link, this is www.example. So if I'm going to put my terms and conditions here, let's just take a look at my TOS. Okay, so these are our terms and conditions. I am going to, you would want to put your client's terms and conditions, or if you don't have one for your agency, you need to get one. So I'm going to change the link there and confirm, and then hit save. Now I'm going to embed this on a site, or I'm going to do this. It's one or the other. If they're going to be opting in to receive text messages for a client, whatever it might be, or if they're going to be booking a call, I'm going to then go, let's say, calendar opt-ins. And when I set up a calendar for people to book on my calendar, let's say, I'm going to go to calendar settings. I'm going to create a new calendar. You have a simple calendar, a round robin, a class booking. I like to use round robin. We're going to call calendar test. My team members is me. Widget, let's just put testing calendar 16. Okay, it's not going to let you put what somebody else had. 30 minutes. This is not a calendar setup thing, but you can probably find a video about that on my channel. Let's go advanced settings. Availability, don't worry about that. You're only going to forms. So you can use a pre-populated one, okay? And they force you to have a consent box, which will include first name, last name, email, and phone, which I already built. But if you wanted to actually put a real form, you can put the form there, okay? Because it already has the opt-in text. So that's essentially what you want to do. If they're going to book a call with you, you need to make sure that there's a consent box on that form. Now, keep in mind, when you're filling out the registration, you need to have these assets already done. You need to have the URL that you're sending people to. You need to have the calendar or the form already having the opt-in box that they check it. This all needs to be done prior. I see too many people filling this all out, kind of just winging it. They don't have the URL. They don't have the proper form on there. They don't have the consent box, assuming that that's just going to work. Most of the time, it's agencies with clients because they're trying to get it, and they're like, you know what, let me just go and try to do it. So in the end, when it's all said and done, this is a good thing, because what this is going to do, it is going to remove people who shouldn't be in this business out of here. Whether they give this business a bad name, whether they're flooding the market with bad information. The bottom line is, if you're a real business, you have no problem getting a registered phone number or a sub account. If you are a real business that have real clients, well, real clients have all the information you need. Maybe they just didn't have the consent checkbox on a form that they have. Well, it's your job to put it on there. And I'm going to get questions down in the comments. I know I am. What do you do if they won't change it? What do you do if a client says, I don't want to? Well, then they can't maybe be your client. Then forget text messages. Forget sending out reminders if you're running them through GoHighLevel. Just forget it, because messages aren't going to get delivered. It's the reality of business. Welcome to actually having to have a business to run a business. Amazing, right? All right, so let's go check our approval rating over here. So let's go phone numbers. And so it's still in progress. Let's just take a look over here. So brand got approved in, 25, 30 minutes. So brand got approved, and now we're still waiting for campaign in progress. So essentially what I'll do is I'll wait and see how long it takes. They say it could take 2 to 3 weeks to 4 weeks. I've seen it happen a lot faster, whether it's approved or failed. And if it fails, I'll resubmit. And most of the time, the failures could be this. For example, my terms and conditions was localmarketingvault.com/TOS, which doesn't match my name, like my visibilitycloud.com. Another thing, too, is the terms and conditions should really be your business website that you have in business information. So all in all, guys, when you fail, something is not matching. Your EIN, your business name, your address, a form, has a terms and conditions link, and you never put the actual link in there. The link is not from your website or your client's website. Things like that. So just make sure everything matches perfectly. If you have any problems, comment down below. I get it. This is annoying, but once it's approved for your client or for yourself, and you can go haywire, right? As long as you're following the rules and regulations of text messaging. I appreciate you watching. And if you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe, turn the notifications on. Hopefully my next week video, part 3 of cold email campaigns, results in and finalizing the setup of that. And I have a lot more videos coming. Appreciate your time. Talk soon. Bye-bye.